There we go. But I'm here right now. I got the friend of the family helping me build the part that's going to go into the car. And so I'm going to have a bed platform to where I can fully lay out on the passenger side. That is awesome. Right there is the plywood we're going to be using. We're going to mark on that, of course, after we get the base built. And that is what I'll be using to lay on here coming up here shortly. As you can already hear, the guy's cutting the wood right now. He's cutting the wood right now. Awesome. So we're gonna do a little bit of a rectangular box. Ooh. We're gonna do a rectangular box base with 2x4s to be able to hold my weight. It's gonna have to support up to like 300 pounds. So we're gonna have to build it sturdy, and we're also gonna leave it see-through so I can use the bottom of it as storage. Alrighty, well, it looks like he's busy, so I better get over there, and I will update you when more of the project is completed. Catch you in a second. Boom. Alrighty, guys, so that right there, that's my little template. That is the rectangle box that we're going to build up. We're going to have it, of course, 4 corners standing up, and then we're going to have the frame right there, and then we're probably going to have 2 screwed to the inside for that extra weight to hold my 300 pounds. But that right there is the frame. We're making progress. We're making progress. Awesome, awesome. Oh God, right to the face. Well, thank you. Awesome. I appreciate that, bud. Alrighty, guys, so just doing more work. This right here is the end goal. So I just got through drilling this right here. My first time holding that handsaw. It was exciting, loud and annoying, but exciting. But as we can see, this right here, just as you're trying to wiggle it a little bit, let you know, this right here is the length of what I'll be laying on. I don't know if it's wide enough to fit me, but it's wide enough to fit in the car. Even if I'm hanging over the side, I can still get it to work. We're good with that. So I made it about 68 inches long. The reason being is this little lip right here, about this much space, is going to be sitting inside the trunk. That way the trunk is holding it stable along with that base I just showed you. And then of course it should go all the way up to the dashboard. This helps me because I can also use the dashboard as a headrest, so I can get my head at the proper position when I sleep. But as we're good here, so I just wanted to drop by, show you the little bits that we're working on. We're probably going to cut this into uneven sizes and add hinges. That way it can literally just fold and sit on the back seat whenever I need to get into my little storage unit. Alrighty, well, thank you guys. I'll catch you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Alright guys, welcome back. So now that we did it, we tried to sand the edges as best we could, but we never know that if that actually worked. We'll eventually cover this later, but for now we're gonna shake it. Woo! So this is what we're looking at. Just to let you know, this is how tall it is. This is about, I'd say 6'1" feet. It's just a random measurement. That's about how long we're looking at. So my feet will definitely be hanging off into the trunk. I'm just happy I'll be able to lay all the way flat and smooth. So we're gonna take this to the car. We're gonna go ahead and try to put it in there. We're gonna see whether it works or not. So let us, off we go. Alrighty, sorry for that little cut. We were looking at the camera. We saw that it was too dark to even see anything, so I had to cut it. We had to go get the light source while we could. It's not a perfect light source, but at least you can see. Woo! Alrighty, but as you can see on the inside of the car, there's no way for me to get the plywood there right now. So I'm gonna go in through the trunk and we're gonna slide it in. We're gonna see how well that works. I'm not even sure that the plywood will go in through the trunk. We may end up having to cut this in pieces before we can get it in there. Alrighty, so it's not gonna go in through the trunk. I'm gonna have to open up the back seat on the other side. I should have thought of this beforehand. You guys get to see it all the mistakes. Okay. Oh goodness. There we go. That might now have given me the space I need to get the plywood in through the trunk. We're just gonna throw everything on the ground now. It's my blanket and my bean bag that are making it hard right now, so we're just gonna move that out the way. Alrighty, so as you can see, we're gonna pull the plywood in right through here. So we didn't think this through. The plywood will fit in here, but the lip, we have to cut that shorter now. We got to cut off, we got to trim a little bit out so we know for a fact it will go in and properly stay in place. So I'm going to pull it out and we're going to work on that real quick. Alrighty, so I'm going to catch you back in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut it up, the little edges off the plywood, make sure it will fit in there perfectly, and that's all we can do right now. Catch you in a second. Go. All right guys, so we did the measurements, we did what we did. I drew on the blue line on this board. We're gonna go ahead and cut it right now to see if we can get it to properly fit. I don't know how good the angling is gonna be. I'm gonna try to get it to where you can get me cutting it. Haha. Alrighty. I went a bit off base, but that should be fine. That's not a problem. We're gonna go back in there and start trying to make a design out of this. Oh well. It's not perfect, but as you can see, I got that little nice curve, and we're just gonna come at it from that angle, and that should do that side. All right, we'll go ahead and, not really easy. It's not the safest doing it this way, by the way. Don't do it this way. But, okay. Awesome. So now that we got that little corner cut off, we'll probably sand that down so I don't get no splinters in my feetsies. We're gonna go from this angle this time. Not really easy, but we'll see what we can make happen. The board came kind of loose. Alrighty guys, I don't know if you got the recording, but as you can see, I got the handsaw in hand. I did just cut both sides of these. And as you can see, just a tiny bit of the wood right there. If you just want to take a look at it, guys. See what happens when you go at it with the right angle? That's a nice and smooth curve. See what happens when you don't and you go at it from a really weird angle? So that's what happens. Even though it doesn't look pretty, there is nothing wrong with it. I mean, it was a failed attempt, but it's fully functional. So in my books, there is no failed attempts, only a bad ending. But it's not a stop. You can always keep going. You can always recover. Just like this. I'm happy with it. Not perfect. I've recovered. Mentally, I'm okay. It's a finished project. It's a finished project. Woo! So I'm excited. Just got me jumping. You'll never see that happen again, but it did. Alrighty, so let's take a look at the final product real quick. I kind of block it with my view. My lighting guy will try to get the light in through the trunk real quick. As you can see, that's the trunk, and this is what it looks like inside. I'm gonna try to get this light up in here on. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, he's got the light down there at the trunk, and the board, look at that. It cut just nicely. So you know how I said that cut right there was a failure? Well, look at that. If I had cut it as a curve like that, it would have been caught and I couldn't have moved it as freely as I'm able to now. There is no failed attempt. There is no failure. You just got to figure out how to make it work. Bring it back, you know, y'all. So that's right there is the whole thing. We got it in there, and I officially now have a bed. Just to let you know, the drywall is in there. The plywood is in there just to have it in there. I will pull it out a little later. We're gonna staple gun. We're gonna have blankets, something stapled onto this wood to where I'm not just laying on pure plywood, of course. But that'll be a clip from an hour or two from now. But really quickly, guys, check this out. I'm gonna have my camera guy here. We're gonna show you how it is. Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna try to hop in and we're gonna test out the new project. So I'm limber enough to do this. Be surprised. So, okay, here we go. We're going in. Oh my God. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Alrighty. So it's hard to see, but I'm fully laid out. The door will be right here holding my arm in place, so that'll be perfect. I'll have pillows and everything, but my feet are full blown in the trunk. I am 100% at a 180 angle. I am straight. Awesome. All right, so that's how I get in. Now we're gonna figure out how the heck do I get out. So it looks like I'm gonna have to crawl to the front to the best of my abilities and then slide out like a sneaky, slithery snake. 1 foot at a time. Oh my God. Oh my God. We did it, guys. We did it. We got our little platform built. It took us a solid 4 or 5 hours to get this built, made. I'm happy we got it done. I now have a bed in my car. I can literally go anywhere and I can sleep comfortably now. Now I just need, and I can even put my sleeping bag on now. I can have multiple blankets. Oh, things are looking fantastic. Again, just from that, we're gonna go ahead and get that covered up whenever we can. We're gonna staple a blanket, something really thick and soft to it. But first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and cut it and try to get it to fold in half. But in a little bit.